For years, Russell Westbrook has been one of the most polarizing players in NBA history, a triple-double machine and a lightning rod for criticism. But in 2025, Russ is flipping the script. In Denver, he's not just playing great basketball, he's rewriting his legacy.
And it's stolen by Westbrook. And Westbrook, O'Neal kind of...
The Nuggets are 13-4 when he starts, and his perfect triple-double against the Utah Jazz, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 100% shooting, and 0 turnovers, was a perfect example of his improved efficiency this season. Even more remarkable, Westbrook and Nikola Jokic have made history as the first duo to record triple-doubles in the same game multiple times. Together, they've become an unstoppable force, with Westbrook's relentless energy perfectly complementing Jokic's genius playmaking. How did Westbrook go from scapegoat to Jokic's perfect partner and Denver's secret weapon in their title pursuit? Let's break it all down. In an offseason where Denver lost veteran shooting guard Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Reggie Jackson, the Nuggets were left with their main core of Jokic, Murray, Aaron Gordon, and Michael Porter Jr., surrounded by a handful of youthful, inexperienced talents. This means that a glaring backcourt hole needed to be filled badly. On top of that, the departure of Bruce Brown after their championship win a season prior left Denver without a reliable slasher who could attack the paint and rim with consistency. And the solution they came up with was Russell Westbrook. But make no mistake, Westbrook wasn't brought in as a savior or a seamless fit. His signing was a move born out of necessity, aimed at shoring up a shallow bench and patching holes left by key off-season departures. The truth is that expectations for Russ were down, if not outright skeptical. After his rocky tenure with the Lakers and a slightly better stint with the Clippers, the lingering perception was that his best days were far behind him. His shooting had taken a nosedive compared to his prime years, and the explosive athleticism that once defined his game seemed to have faded.
Pulls up, wants to use the window and hit the top of the glass.
The Nuggets weren't getting the triple-double machine that used to terrorize defenses. They were getting a version of Westbrook who hadn't shot above 50% from the floor on 15 or more attempts per game since the 2019-20 season. Even stylistically, it was hard to imagine Russ meshing with Denver's deliberate, methodical offensive approach. His three-point shooting struggles won't fill the void left by KCP, a prototypical 3-and-D guard who complemented the Jokic-Murray duo perfectly. And let's not forget the criticism that has haunted Russ for years: erratic decision-making, questionable shot selection, and an inability to elevate a team's ceiling consistently. So the question hanging over Russ's head was simple. If he couldn't elevate his previous teams, how could he possibly help Denver take another step toward dynasty status? And that question seemed to answer itself in his debut. Westbrook shot 2 of 10 from the field, including a rough 1 for 6 from deep, finishing with just 6 points in a blowout loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Through his first 5 games, the numbers painted an ugly picture: 8.8 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 4.0 assists on dreadful efficiency as he shot just 24% from the field, 20% from 3, and 79% from the free throw line. But as the saying goes, never trust small sample sizes. With more time and reps under his belt, the narrative began to shift. Suddenly, Westbrook was bringing the energy, toughness, and intangibles that Denver desperately needed.
Pass under to Westbrook. Put it up and in!
Injuries to Aaron Gordon forced him into the starting lineup, and instead of faltering, Russ thrived. Now, the former MVP isn't just surviving in Denver, he's thriving. It's the best we've seen from him since his lone season with the Wizards. What started as a gamble is turning into one of the most surprising redemption arcs in recent NBA history. And the numbers? They back it up. This season, Westbrook is averaging 12.9 points, 6.8 assists, 5.0 rebounds, and 1.6 steals per game, shooting 45.9% from the field. While his three-point shooting is still at 32.4%, it's the highest it's been since his MVP season 8 years ago, and it's significantly better than his career average. But what's even more impressive is since entering the starting lineup on December 16th, he's been flirting with triple-doubles nearly every game.
Pass under to Westbrook. Put it up and in!
In fact, he's played 25-plus minutes in 7 of his last 9 games, averaging 15.4 points, 8.2 assists, 7.4 rebounds, and 1.6 steals while shooting 53.5% from the field and 33.3% from beyond the arc. That stretch has helped Denver go 13-4, and after a 112-101 win over the Dallas Mavericks, the Nuggets are sitting at 23-15, in 4th place in the Western Conference. and positioning themselves as a team to watch come playoff time. But what's really fueling Russ's resurgence and his impact on the Nuggets is his growing chemistry with Nikola Jokic, who, thanks to Westbrook's playmaking, is also on the track to win his 4th MVP award in 5 years. Jokic and Westbrook have developed a surprisingly effective partnership, and their chemistry has really taken off since Michael Malone increased their minutes together. The beauty of their connection lies in how they complement each other's strengths. Jokic remains the focal point of Denver's offense, with nearly every half-court possession running through him. But Westbrook's energy and versatility have added a whole new layer to this offense. Just look at their game against the Brooklyn Nets, Denver's 6th win in 8 games, where they became the first teammates in NBA history to record triple-doubles in the same game twice in a season. Jokic finished with 35 points, 15 assists, and 12 rebounds.
And there he goes again.
While Westbrook added 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. That game was a perfect example of how these two feed off each other. Westbrook has been excellent at finding Jokic in the most efficient spots on the floor, and it showed in the game, whether it's making a precise entry pass that leads to an easy layup for Jokic or cutting to the basket when Jokic gets doubled in the post. They're constantly setting each other up. Westbrook has found a new offensive role alongside Jokic, and it's been a game changer for Denver. While he's still not a great spot-up shooter, he's stepped into the role Bruce Brown played during their championship run, becoming a highly effective off-ball cutter. This is a huge shift in Westbrook's game, as cutting has never been a major part of his style. But this season, he's cutting on a career-high 8.2% of his possessions, according to NBA stats, and that's largely thanks to Jokic's incredible passing. Jokic's ability to create space and find cutters has encouraged Westbrook to embrace this movement, providing him with more opportunities to get easy buckets while helping the team as a whole. Westbrook has also remained relentless in pushing the pace, using his speed to find Jokic in transition or hit him for a trail 3. It's this dynamic that's made their connection so dangerous. That's why it's not surprising that Westbrook has assisted Jokic more than any other player on the team this season. But it's not just Westbrook feeding Jokic. Jokic has very much elevated Russ's game, and the numbers support this claim as well. When Westbrook is on the floor with Jokic, his true shooting percentage jumps to 60.5%, and his offensive rating is a staggering 126.8. When he's off the floor with Jokic, those numbers drop to 47.5% and 101.6 respectively.
Good setup for Westbrook. And Westbrook pops in the
Now, almost any player would benefit from playing alongside Jokic, but those splits are downright ridiculous. When these two are on the floor together, the Nuggets outscore opponents by 11.5 points per 100 possessions, a stat driven by Westbrook's underrated playmaking and Jokic's all-around excellence. And that's why Jokic is having a career year, averaging 31.5 points per game and shooting a career-high 47.7% from 3. Meanwhile, Westbrook has already racked up 8 20-point games this season. He had just 25 in the previous 2 seasons combined. As Nuggets head coach Mike Malone puts it, he came in here trying to fit in and not trying to stand out. There are moments watching him and Nikola on the floor together where they are so in step with each other. Now, let's talk about Westbrook's impact on the Denver Nuggets, because ever since his arrival, the team has done an excellent job of allowing him to play to his strengths. He's been able to push the pace in transition, creating easy opportunities for the Nuggets. His ability to drive the lane and kick out to open shooters has opened up the floor, giving his teammates confidence and the chance to knock down shots. This is a huge part of what makes Westbrook such an asset. He can create opportunities for himself, and his playmaking ability elevates the entire offense. Since joining Denver, Westbrook has injected much-needed energy into a team that has struggled to get consistent production behind Jamal Murray at the point guard position, especially with Aaron Gordon dealing with injuries. His infectious energy has been a catalyst for the Nuggets' recent success. The team is now 5th in the NBA in transition points, averaging 26.1 per game, and their 1.15 points per transition possession puts them in the top 10.
It's coming up Sunday and Tuesday. Now Westbrook for 3. He's got it!
With Westbrook in control, the Nuggets have become faster and more dynamic, converting easy baskets in transition, something they've struggled with in recent seasons. As Coach Michael Malone put it, give Russ credit, because he came in here trying to fit in, not trying to stand out, and that says a lot about him. Understanding this stage of his career, I'm playing with a great player, I'm doing everything I can to play through him, and play with him. Westbrook's selflessness and ability to buy into the system have made him a key part of the Nuggets' success, and his impact is clear on both ends of the floor. Russell Westbrook's positive impact and seamless fit with the Denver Nuggets wouldn't have been possible without the evolution of his game. On his previous team, particularly in Los Angeles, Westbrook faced criticism for taking over offensive possessions in ways that disrupted team flow. But in Denver, that hasn't been the case. He's embraced his role as a facilitator, focusing less on being the primary scorer and more on playing to his strengths as a playmaker. His shot selection has been near perfect. Even when his three-point shot isn't falling, he only takes them when necessary and still makes enough to keep defenses honest. If he doesn't have a clear path to the rim, he's more than happy to dish it out to Jokic or find an open shooter. This selfless playmaking was on full display when Russ tallied his 201st career triple-double in late December 2024, finishing with 16 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, and 4 steals on 100% shooting against the Utah Jazz.
Nuggets defense, they're scrambling! Westbrook off to the races!
Coach Michael Malone, speaking about Westbrook's impact, said, "This is a guy who's a first-ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest point guards to ever play the game. What I admire so much about him, aside from the leadership and toughness that he brings every single day, is he's got no ego." He said, "I'm playing with that guy. I'm going to play through him. I'm going to make him better. And if I do that, that means I'm doing my job to help this team win." This statement rings true because Westbrook has truly played with zero ego this season, constantly doing what's best for the team, regardless of the role or position he's asked to play. Another unexpected facet of Westbrook's game this season has been his defense. While he wasn't known for his defensive prowess in recent years, Westbrook has been a standout on that end of the floor for Denver. The Nuggets as a team have had their defensive struggles, but Westbrook's hustle has been key.
Tatum guarded by Westbrook. And Westbrook, a handful. Tatum.
He's been active in the passing lanes, creating steals, and showing real tenacity as both an on-ball and help defender. And this game-saving sequence against the Raptors perfectly illustrates his defensive commitment and hustle. The marriage between Westbrook and the Nuggets was initially one of necessity and convenience. The Nuggets were short on talent and assets, and Westbrook was a veteran looking for a meaningful role on a contending team. It was a mutual need that led to the deal. The Nuggets were thrilled to add a player of his caliber on a minimum contract, and Westbrook was excited to join a team that not only wanted him, but also offered him a key role. Looking back, it's clear that the fit between Westbrook and the Nuggets has worked out beautifully. He's quickly become a crucial part of their success, providing leadership, energy, and playmaking ability on both ends of the floor. The partnership between Russ and the Nuggets has proven to be far more than just a stopgap. It's been a perfect fit. If Westbrook can keep up his current level of play, he'll be a huge asset to a team with championship aspirations. After all, a title is the one thing missing from his storied career, and Denver might just be his best shot at getting that ring before calling it a career. All things considered, Westbrook's time in Denver isn't just a comeback. It's a reminder of why he's one of the greatest to ever do it. His partnership with Jokic is unlocking new dimensions for both players, and his unselfish play is making the Nuggets an even more dangerous team. Do you think Russ is the key to Denver's championship hopes? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe for more NBA content, and don't forget to turn on notifications for weekly basketball videos.